Hey guys, I'm going to take the time to just reiterate something I did. I made a video a while ago called How to Push Past Slumps. And in the video, I was talking about slumps and I was talking about like having a baseline, like a consistent base. And then when you dip and your performance drops, that's when you're in a slump. And I touched base on, how to like mentally reset, and different suggestions were going to the gym, exercising, going out with friends, going to a club, just doing stuff, other activities that would mentally reset you. But what I didn't talk about is why do people get in slumps? And I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't have any credentials, but what I can say from experience and from what I have read about psychology is that it's probably an external force or factor that's having effect on your life. So it could be pressures or stress from work, from your home life, from relationships. Are you able to afford the rent next month? Are you able to finish this work project in time? Are you able to finish a school assignment in time? All these different stresses and external factors can wreak havoc on you psychologically, and then that carries on into your gameplay when you're playing in CS. So you're playing CS and you're not completely focused on it because you're tired, because you haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately, or your diet's been not great, and you're eating the wrong types of food and you lose energy at a certain time of the day. And then what happens is you go and you start playing CS, and then you're playing really subpar. You're normally playing a certain way, but now you're not playing as great, and you're just like, I don't get it. Like, I was just playing so well yesterday or last week, what's going on? And you keep playing and playing and playing, and every game you're sitting there like thinking about how poorly you're playing, and you're like, oh, I'm playing so bad right now, and I'm missing these shots, and I'm doing this. And then suddenly you start hesitating every time you want to make a decision, or you're hyper reflective, and every time you make any play or anything, you're always thinking about it. And then because you're thinking about it too much, you get flanked, or you get shot on the side of the head, or you miss a window of opportunity to get a kill, or you just miss an easy shot. And then you're like, oh, I just missed that easy shot, or oh, I should have done that, or why did I do that? That's so stupid. And then you just get worse and worse and worse. You get deeper into that slump. So essentially you need to hit that mental reset button, but before hitting that mental reset button, you have to find out like what's causing the slump. What is this external factor that's coming in and wreaking havoc on me in CS? Because you probably need to address that. You probably need to just go and mentally think about everything that's happening. So let's say hypothetically it's this thing at work is stressing you out because you need to hit this deadline, but maybe your other colleagues aren't putting in their time or effort, or maybe it's just like the project's too big and you don't have enough manpower or resources or time to do it. And we get back and you want to play CS, it's that's supposed to be your relaxing time, but that's also causing some stress. Like, you need to understand like what is causing you to be in that slump, and then you have to address that. You can't just ignore it. You can't have it be the elephant in the room. You just ignore it and you're like, no, there's nothing wrong, ha ha ha, because that's going to contribute you to continue being in that slump. So when people ask like what they should do in slumps, I always say to them, take a break from CS first and foremost. Doesn't have to be a long break, could be a day, could be a few days, could be a week. And to really think about what's causing that, like what's on their mind that's causing the lack of focus and everything that's causing them to perform poorly in CS. To mentally reset, maybe get more sleep, fix their diet, eat a little bit more healthy. Exercise is really, 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 really important for so many different ways. And I feel my best when I exercise even 3 times a week. It doesn't even have to be like the most intense workout ever. It just needs to be, just do something and release those endorphins and get that dopamine reward, and just feel better about yourself. You'll feel so much better later in the day. You'll have higher energy levels. It'll help you so much. It'll help you clear your mind. You can do so many things when you're exercising. You can listen to a podcast. You can listen to calming music. You can watch a movie if you're sitting there on the treadmill or an elliptical for a half hour. Like, there's so many things that you can do that just helps you just reset your mind and takes your mind off of all the negative things that are happening in your life, and take your mind off all the negative thoughts that are just being constantly recycled in your head. And when you come back to CS a day later, a few days later, a week later, you're going to have such a fresh mindset that when you sit down and approach the game, you're going to feel so good about yourself. So take the time to really understand what's wrong. And it's probably not CS. It could be CS. It could be your teammates in CS. Maybe you're on a team and one of your teammates is always late for practice, or another teammate, he's just really not improving at the rate that you need him to improve, and he's holding the team back. And this is causing an internal struggle. And you're sitting there and you don't want to say anything because you don't want to cause a problem in the team. Maybe your teammates are also thinking the same thing. Maybe you just need to speak up and be like, hey, dude, like, this is how I'm feeling right now. I'm playing like shit because I feel like we should be better than this, and I feel like we need to be improving at these other areas. And then you need to address that problem. That is a problem, and it's completely valid for you to feel a certain way and want to address it. It's not toxic. It's not anything. Just if you feel a certain way, that's how you feel. Just say, this is how I feel, and this is how this is a possible solution to the problem. And if we can't resolve it this way, then we'll have to go and do something else. But you need to address whatever issues you are having, whether it's in game or out of game, in your team, or maybe it's at work or a relationship or at home or anything like that. You need to address that issue if you want to start playing better in CS. I hope this helps. If it does, good shit. See ya.